background.
Oh, thank you. I think we're live. This is how every live stream I have goes. It's just like the beginning of it is me just saying, "Are we live?" I think we are live. Yes! Yay! Hello. We've got a couple people out there already with us. We've got Dark Rose. Always great to see you. We've got Ashley and Kay Page. Hello, everyone. I think most of you guys know me. I am Jennifer from Vintage Vanity, and I'm so excited to be joined by the lovely Lola Bossa Nova from Bossa Nova Life.
Hi, everybody. So happy to be here. And Jennifer's just always a blast, so we're going to have fun.
I try. So, as you guys know, if you guys were here for the last live stream last month where JL and I got together and we talked about our favorite Betty White fashion moments, this time I roped Lola in and I said, who do you want to talk about? And let's just sit around and talk about pretty clothes. And Lola said, what did you say to me? You said, no, absolutely.
I said never. I would never. I don't like clothes. I don't like pretty clothes. No, of course I said yes. And it was a hard one. It's hard to pick because there's just so many amazing, beautiful, fashion forward people from back in the day. So yeah, it was hard. But do you want me to reveal?
Yeah, go ahead and reveal.
Okay. So ultimately, I chose Grace Kelly because I just feel like was just so graceful. Her name was perfect, but she was classic beauty and just had this amazing sense of style, whether it's in her movies, which I know she probably didn't dress herself, but she pulled it off well, or just like the candid shots that we get of her also. Those are also beautiful. So yeah, she's my choice. We get to pick her apart.
This was such a fun one to do. And just so you guys know, we are not, we don't have any fashion degrees or film degrees. We are just a couple of friends who really like vintage style and really like clothes. And we like to share pretty things with other people who like those things as well. And we will kind of cover Grace just a little bit, but this isn't going to be like a full documentary on our life. And I'm sure I'm going to miss things, but feel free to add any of your comments about your thoughts, feelings on Grace Kelly, her career, her life, or her clothing. We would love to hear from you guys. And it looks like we've got a couple more people with us. We've got Carmen, and JL has joined us as well. And Eileen, and yay.
Eileen the Queen.
Eileen the Queen. I always forget that you guys can see comments too, and it makes me so happy.
Well, I just turned them on, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys. Hello, everybody.
Oh, they are a fun bunch, let me tell you. They get me going a lot of times, and then I say naughty things that I shouldn't.
So never.
So one thing I want to say before we get started is be sure and follow Bossa Nova Life on all the social media platforms. Lola and her other half, Duke, do some amazing videos on their channel. They do tiki lifestyle. They do a lot of antiquing. They go to a lot of the car events, and their Viva videos are epic proportions every year.
Oh,
so
thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yes, come check us out.
Oh, it's an order. It's a royal decree.
Please.
So just a little snit. I was gonna say tidbit, and it was coming out snitbit. So yeah, let's go with it. We're gonna do a little snitbit on Grace Kelly herself. A lot of you guys are probably aware of her, but Grace Kelly starred in about 12 films. The number kind of fluctuates on the internets, but I think a lot of times they're talking about some of her TV performances, but just films alone, it was about 12. And her career spanned like a really short amount of time, but she made such a huge impact in that amount of time. Her big break was in 1952's High Noon, where she was Nope, she was not nominated for that. But after starring in High Noon, she garnered a lot of attention from fans, even though her performance was considered to be a little, by Alfred Hitchcock's own words, a little bit mousy. But she did in the following year starred in I'm going to say this wrong, Mungambo, and was nominated. Oh, guys, okay, wait a minute. Take a minute. Words are hard. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. And then the next year, she actually won playing in Country Girl in 1953, I believe, 54.
I thought it was 55, but maybe it was 54.
55? Oh, it came out in
54.
54. Yeah. Okay. And then I know. See what I
much either.
This is what I'm saying. You're not here for the facts, right? Even though I'm going to give them to you, you're not here for the facts.
We're here for the great clip.
I think most of us know her really well for being the iconic blonde in Alfred Hitchcock's movies. She was in Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, and To Catch a Thief, and we will be talking about some of those tonight. So let us know also what your favorite Hitchcock movie with Grace Kelly was.
Yes.
Can
I share mine?
Yes. Rear Window.
Every time she steps on screen, and she's in that movie with, the guy, Jimmy Stewart. and she holds her own, and she's amazing. And every time she steps on screen, she's beautiful. So yeah, every outfit she wears, I want to own it.
It's that Edith Head, man. She retired at the ripe old age of 26 years old to marry the Prince of Monaco. They had 3 kids: Princess Caroline, Prince Albert, who is not in a can.
No. Are you sure?
We should probably call somebody to find out.
How many of you don't get that? Come on.
And Princess Stephanie, she did some charity work as a princess, and her final film contribution was in 1977 to the documentary The Children of the Theater Street, which she served as a narrator, and the documentary was nominated for an Academy Award as well. Sadly, Grace Kelly died at the young age of 52 after being in an automobile accident. She is also listed as the 13th among the American Film Institute's 25 greatest female stars of classical Hollywood cinema.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, especially since she was acting for such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But then she did stay on the world stage for a while. So maybe that also, she kept garnering that attention, even though she had left that public life. She was still in public life.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I think she graduated college, theater school at like 19. Mm-hmm. And what I love is she stayed in the Barbizon room, motel, school, house, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just think of the Barbizon models of the 80s, and I forget that they were actually a legitimate operation at one point. Ashley oh my gosh, Ashley, I didn't even see your comment, but she just said, I just read a book about the Barbizon Hotel. A few nice stories about her then. So,
I'm going to look that book up because I want to read it. Maybe drop the name in the comments, but I'm going to look for it because that sounds like a lot of fun.
I think I can. Oh no. I was going to pin you, but then all I could do is put her in timeout, but I'm not putting Ashley. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go.
I'm like, I don't want to put Ashley in timeout. She gets this gold star.
Yeah. Where are our gold stars? Tack them up on those things.
We need something. Okay, so are you guys ready to get to all the gorgeous outfits?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Here is the name of the book, and I'm going to leave that on screen for a little bit for anybody who is curious. And we are going to start things off, and we're starting things off with Lola's top 10 look for Grace, and that is, let's see if I push the button, because things tend to go wrong when I push buttons around here. So hang on to your hats, folks. I did it! Yay! So Lola, tell us about your number 10 look of Grace Kelly's.
Well, my number 10 look, this was hard. I wanted to get her in a swimsuit because she's actually, there's a quite a few pictures of her in swimsuits, and a lot of them I think are more candid shots, but sometimes it's super grainy. Some of these pictures were obviously pretty old. So this one she's in, I think this is in To Catch a Thief. And I just love the yellow. I think it's just gorgeous. It kind of, the skirt around the swimsuit kind of looks like her scarf, her signature scarf that she was, she would wear in so many different ways. So I picked this one because I love it, but also kind of just to throw the idea that there were actually a lot of pictures of her in swimsuits. So I think she was very comfortable. I think they vacationed in Jamaica is what I read somewhere. I could be wrong. Again, I'm not an expert, but I think that's why there are so many great pictures of her in swimsuits, and they lived in Monaco. So
right on the ocean there. And yeah. I love this too, because I feel like To Catch a Thief is so iconic to, like, when you think about like the image we have of Grace Kelly in our mind, like, the little car zipping down the French coast with the scarf and the glasses, and who doesn't want to live that life at some point?
Yeah. Well, she did. She decided she was going to keep living that life. She fell in love with it.
All right. And mine gets, I think, a little more clothed for my top 10. But my number 10, and I kind of cheated this one a little bit. I don't tell them, any of my guests, that I'm going to cheat. I mean, word's going to get out, but I'm cheating on this because I feel like the pearls and the sweater twin sets and the coats that are on the shoulder is just so iconic to Grace that I felt like it had to have its moment in and of itself. So, it's just, I don't know. It's it's a style that she carried throughout her life.
Oh,
and
yes.
I don't know if it came from her upbringing, but I know when she had, I want to say it was when she went for a meeting for High Noon. Could be wrong, because once again, we're not here for the facts. The person that met with her was surprised that she showed up in white gloves and pearls on, because she was taught growing up, like, for important things, you get dressed up. And I feel like, life was important. So why not grab a necklace of pearls and a sweater set?
Yes. Oh my gosh. And you can see in this one, lovely, great choices. You can also see the scarf. She's got the scarf in one of those, at least one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her other little accents. Look at that turtle belt. I want a turtle belt now. That's super cute.
I know, right?
But yes, I love it. It's lovely.
I had to add the little tiny, like, insert one. I couldn't really fit it on the screen, but I was like, I have a sweater almost just like that. So of course I threw it in there.
Of course.
So I mean, Betty White was all about the popped collar by the end of that live stream. And I think this one's going to be all about clutching our pearls.
Yes. She didn't seem like too much of a pearl clutcher. She was definitely a classic lady, but I don't know if she was super uptight. Maybe. Maybe that's
she would have ironically clutched her pearls.
Yeah, I bet. That's what I would do if I had pearls.
Dark
Are you
Rose.
having a drink too? Am I the only one?
Oh no! Sadly, I'm just having a. Should we just pretend like it's a very large Scotch?
Oh, sure, or not. I do mocktails too now. I'm trying to cut back a little bit, but we realized, luckily, that I'm not in mountain time, and so I was like, oh, I gotta get ready. I'm gonna pour myself a glass of wine. So
there you go. There you go. I love it. If I had been more prepared tonight, there would have been a cocktail. Okay, so let's take a look at what you put down as your number 9. And I have a little surprise for you after this, because I put in a little extra for your number 9.
Oh, good. Okay. Is it the full length? Because I could find the full length picture, but
no,
it was grainy.
It was the other set of photos that you sent me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is my number 9, and it kind of is just, again, some of these pictures are because I found the perfect one, and some of them are to get the idea across, because Going back to your idea that she was just very well put together and came to things looking put together and beautiful. This is her traveling from West Coast to East Coast. Obviously, Elizabeth Taylor is right there with her. And she's just so put together. She's got her scarf on. She's got a cute little black dress. She's got a little dog. So, but I love the way that she, and there are other photos of her kind of an everyday dress, but looking fabulous. And I love the way they traveled in just extreme style. They were, I wear yoga pants, but not back in the day, not Grace Kelly. She was
Lola is not traveling with a turtle belt.
No, that would cut in, I don't know.
Well, with the size of airplane seats today, their plane seats were much bigger, so you could be more comfortable in your clothes.
True. Very true. When I see those seats, I'm like, no wonder they dressed up. It's like going to a fancy restaurant. So
you should see me traveling out to Viva because I wear all my crinolines underneath it because I don't want to put it. So like trying to stuff my crinolines under my butt because when I sit down, it goes into all the seats.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Excuse me.
Can we get a picture? I want a picture of that.
Well, let me tell you, it makes things on the airplane, just in general, a little more precarious.
But good tip, ladies.
Oh, yay! We've got the Crazy Real Vintage Thrifter has joined us, as well as, I'm going to guess it's Duke from Bossa Nova Life. So make sure that you're following Bossa Nova Life there. And it looks like the turtle belt is making also a big impact on our group and chat tonight as well. So
yeah, good job, guys. Let's go out and make that turtle belt a thing. Bring it back.
We'll be the turtle belt. I was going to say girl gang, but we accept everybody. Duke, bring your turtle belt.
Like Hot Girl Summer, this is going to be the turtle belt summer. So.
Perfect. But like I said, I had another surprise because Lola, you did send me a couple pictures for the travel, and I just love these pictures as well. So I decided to throw them into the mix as well.
Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad because it was really hard to choose. Oh my gosh, it was so hard. But look how beautiful she is. Back in the day, they didn't quite have the same level of paparazzi. So we didn't catch them necessarily like we do all of our celebrities these days. But look how lovely she looks. Oh my gosh. I need all those bags.
Well, and I'm so glad you said that because did you know that especially the photo that is closest to Lola and I's face, the Hermes bag that she is carrying is called the Kelly bag, which is still being sold today, and it was named after Grace Kelly. But she was famously known for carrying this around early in her pregnancy because she didn't want the paparazzi to know that she was pregnant yet. So this picture is actually her hiding that baby bump.
Oh my gosh, what a great fun fact. You are a wealth of knowledge, madame.
I went down the rabbit holes. Because fortunately, one of the things that we get with Grace that we unfortunately weren't able to do with Betty so much is, sound like I know stuff by saying the provenance of her outfits, like who the designers were, a lot easier to find out.
Yeah. And I did hear about the Grace bag. I didn't know that was still being made and sold though. So birthday present.
Duke's going to be like, as long as you get me a turtle belt, Hermes bag is all yours. Yes. Oh, Jennifer joined us tonight as well. Super exciting. We've got such a good group. I'm so excited.
All right. Rose, thank you. That's sweet. Oh, you guys are so fun in the comments. Gosh, and I have to start reading them. I have been looking over there, but I've been trying not to look there the whole time.
I know. Like I said, I get so distracted because they're a good group of people. All right. So what is I think we're still number 9. Oh, my number 9. My number 9. Guys.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. This is from when she was visiting Jackie Kennedy and her husband at the White House where he worked. And it's all about the ladies tonight.
It is, seriously.
See, even my logo is covering up Prince Rainier's face. I love this kind of, it's really a mod 60s style.
Yeah.
But how Grace Kelly does it, I mean, and just pulls it off and makes it something more than just mod. Because I'll tell you this, I love the hat. I could never pull it off. But
you know what? You could at the right event. I see these getting worn at some tiki events, and I am jealous, and I want one, and I haven't found one yet. So.
I don't know if I could. I don't know.
Look how adorable she looks. You would look so cute. Oh my gosh.
You know Lola's going to talk me into this, you guys.
I think you need one. I think we both need one, and we need to twin it up.
I love it. I love it. Grace was also known for wearing a lot of green for her Irish heritage. And plus she's that, ice princess blonde, and green just really, really looks good on her. And she really knew, she just inherently knew how to style herself and knew what worked for her. I don't know if that was a learned skill or if it just came by osmosis. Well, hello, Brenda from Syracuse. And yes, we've got those gloves again.
Yeah. Look at that. It just pops. It's beautiful.
It's so gorgeous. And yeah. I mean, the flowers in her arms too are absolutely gorgeous, but I just love it. It's such a simple look, but she just elevates it somehow.
Definitely. Gosh, now I want to see her next to Miss Jackie O. I want to see them together.
I know, right? I think I had a picture of them, but it was
that's like okay. This shape. Is good. Yeah, we're celebrating Miss Grace.
So right now, our outfits that we have put together is turtle belt, hat.
Yeah.
So where's it gonna go from here, Lola?
Yeah, baby. I'm ready to see this outfit when we're done.
I'm so ready. I feel like I feel like I want to build it in like The Sims just to see what it would look like.
Seriously, yeah. I was thinking those paper dolls.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be amazing. If I knew how to make those. Oh, all right. So Lola's number 8.
My number 8. Yeah, it kind of goes perfectly right after yours, because this is showcases Grace when she is out and about as a princess. She's in Ireland here, and the really cute little mod suit, very Jackie O, because I think of that style as her style. But I love the cream color. Oh my gosh, she's out in the countryside in cream. I would be covered in dirt, but that's why she's a princess. And I'm not. Her signature scarf, which you see her in so often. And look at just how great she looks. She's surrounded by all of these men in black, and she's just this power woman, walking up the hill, marching up the hill, and looking fabulous doing it. Oh, and I love the chunky buttons. So those 60s suits with the big chunky buttons, like bigger than you could ever actually need, and they're actually kind of hard to put in. Love those buttons. The bigger, the better. Oh my gosh.
Love it. I absolutely, you're so right about this. Like, she just, not just does she pop out of this photo color wise, but like everybody else looks like, oh, I'm walking up a hill, and she's like, I am walking up a hill.
Facing forward, like her face, everything about her, it looks like it was staged for a movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, and everybody else is off doing their own thing, not really aware of what's going on. So yeah, she pretty much owns this photo.
Love it. I'm gonna start trying to do this.
Oh,
hello, treasures. Hello.
Nice and warm. And like where I am.
Ooh, next week I will be in warm weather, and I'm very excited about it.
Lucky girl. Where are you going?
Orlando.
Oh yeah, very lucky. Have a blast.
Oh, I'm so excited. Although it's like 86, it's supposed to be 86 and sunny, and I'm like, oh my God, that's too hot. We've got an ice storm coming tonight. So,
Oh, you'll want it by the time you get there then.
hopefully. All right. So I think I also snuck in another surprise for you, and it might be after this slide.
Okay.
Yes. It's a moment for her scarves.
Her scarves, I'm so glad. Thank you. Because I just really wanted to be able to showcase them, but there were so many good picks to choose from.
Many.
So
I actually had, along with the pearls and the sweater set, I had a collection of scarf looks because I was like, I think it just needs to be its own category. Yes. And then when you wrote like your little blurb to me and where you were going on and on about the scarf, and I'm like, I will just add it to Lola.
Good. Oh, good. Oh my gosh. She rocks the scarf, and every time she wears it, she looks good. And sometimes I feel like I do wear scarves sometimes, but then sometimes I feel like I'm also being a little pretentious, and I just need to stop and like channel Grace Kelly and be like, if she could do it, we all can do it. We can all wear the scarf like she did.
I don't think it's a pretentious thing at all, right?
Well, sometimes hats feel pretentious too, and I have a lot of vintage hats, and I do wear them. But sometimes you put the hat on, and you're like, no one else there is going to have a hat on.
Well, you know what? I feel like since I have, it doesn't look pink because I just dyed it, but because I have pink hair, it's very, I can't hide when I go places. It's like, it's there. I'm going to be loud and take up space. But I also feel like hats is kind of the same way. So throw that hat on, make it be your pink hair.
Yeah.
And just take up space.
Own it. Yeah.
Own it. Yes.
Own it.
I need to start doing the scarf around the neck more often.
That's usually how I wear it.
That's a really easy way.
Yeah, that's usually how I wear it. I don't do it so much covering my hair or in my hair, because whenever I try to tie a scarf in my hair, it falls out the whole time. I don't even know how people used to do that. But I put it around the neck with a little tie. And that's just a fun way to add a pop.
I think there's hidden clips in those scarves. There's got to be.
You know what? If there are, then I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Because, like when they get into the little cars with the, with the top down.
The wind going all around them.
And their scarf is just fluttering. You tell me that's not pinned down.
Oh my gosh. Just a real quick aside about that. I just watched the Renee Zellweger movie, Bridget Jones' Diary.
Yeah.
And there's that scene where she's trying to look all fancy with the scarf and it just flies off. And I'm like, that would be me.
I think that would be most of us, right? Trying to be like all cute.
Yeah.
Last time I tried to be cute, I tripped and fell right in front of the person I was trying to be cute in front of.
Oh no.
Duke brings up a good point. Ashley, I think it was Ash. Somebody was saying.
Jennifer Fowler said, yeah.
But yeah, a lot of antique places will have scarves. It's one of my favorite things to thrift for because I really love because finding plus size clothes when you're out thrifting and antiquing is really hard. And scarves.
Any size besides the two is hard. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So true. So true. The only thing to make it through is really the sample sizes that nobody actually ever wore. So accessories like this is a really great way to add that flair in without also having to drop a lot of money. Because let's be honest, those clothings, sure. Are pretty expensive sometimes, right?
Yes. It can be expensive. Also, as you get into antique clothes, which I love, there are a lot of things that make them not as easy to wear for everyday use. I do wear them for certain things, but like the thread can be falling apart and washing them in the sink, or I don't know, however you have to launder them. It's really difficult. But the scarf, you can add that anywhere, like any outfit. And it's going to give you that vintage look, which is nice.
All right. So you guys hear that? We're all adding scarves. I think Duke said none of us have any excuse to not add them.
I think he was talking to me, but you guys can take it too.
It applies to all of us,
Yes.
though.
Yeah. I just didn't want anybody to feel like, they were being called out. I think I was being called out.
You were absolutely being called out. I'm just broadening Duke's scope. All right, so my number 8 is one of my most fun. I could only find one picture of this, and it is Grace attending, I think it was Princess Caroline's swim event, and she is wearing Poochie, which
I want this full look. I did see this one, and it's so cute. Oh my gosh.
I mean, down to the bag. I mean,
Yep.
she's not trying to be seen. She's just trying to be like casual and in her element. And this I need this entire look.
Oh, this whole entire look. And that pink headscarf does it have, or a head towel? What is that called? Do you know?
I think it's like a terry cloth.
Okay. It looks terry cloth. One, I love everything terry cloth. It's so comfortable. And I think I could wear this at Viva for the pool party.
Oh, absolutely could.
And be much more comfortable in this kind of like out, not really a swimsuit, just a little cover up. So yeah.
Although I don't know that either one of us is going to be affording any Poochie anytime soon, but
no,
Poochie-esque, add a little Poochie-esque into our lives.
yeah. We'll get the knockoff.
Oh, I love it. All right. So moving things along, because I get chatty. Let's take a look at your number 7, which is actually my number 7 as well.
Oh my gosh. Look at us. It's because this is stunning and classic. And I think this is from To Catch a Thief, I believe, right? Yes. Okay. And look at the way that fabric drapes. I have this feeling, and it's not even probably true, but we're all buying new dresses and things like that. I feel like the way things draped back then was magic. There was some sort of magic involved or a whole lot of money. That very expensive fabric. But I love the drape of it. I love the little rosette. Love the tiny little straps, so you get that kind of strapless look, but with straps to keep it up, because I don't like wearing strapless gowns, but I like the look of them. Right. I don't like feeling like I gotta pull them up all night long. Mm-hmm. And I love the scarf that's over the shoulder or draped across the chest. It is gorgeous. I just can't say enough about it. And her little clutch matches.
Oh, it literally is just like one of those moments, right? When you see it, and there's gifs of it out there too, and to just see it move, the way it flows and moves, it's just one of those dresses that makes it look like the person is just floating in. They're not walking, they're floating. And this is Edith Head again. And I love so much, and again, it probably was, draped either on, the mannequin or draped on her, especially because it's just perfection. But I also love that you almost have a bit of ombre going on with the chiffon. So you see that like right across the front and on the sides of the dress as well. And there's not a back picture of this, but you can kind of see it in the middle, that the back of it is draped up as well. So everything comes up to that rosette, and it's that Grecian look, but it has that ease of, she just grabbed the chiffon, right, and just twisted it up right there and let it flow. So it has
like she grabbed the drapes.
Yeah, like she had her Scarlett O'Hara moment, right?
Grab the drapes, put them on.
Grab the drapes. And there's like, sometimes you can see how much work is put into a gown, and other times it looks so effortless that you don't know that the work is there. And this is one of those gowns that you start to really look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, the work that had to go in to make this perfect.
Yes. Well, and look at her stance real quick, because I know that you're probably wanting to move on, but her stance in this looks comfortable and relaxed. Now she's on camera, she's playing a part. But so often when I'm in some sort of a gown, I'm like standing tall. just squared, sucking it in. Like, I don't have that same comfortable look. So it was either very practiced and she's a great actress, or it wasn't too bad to wear. So
Yeah. Well, and I really think when, like JL said, that looks like it's draped just specifically, when it's specifically designed for your body, I mean, it's just got to feel like you're standing there naked.
yeah,
There's no bit that's like right now I'm sitting here in this dress that's just slightly tight down
no,
there and it
no
pinches
pinchy
just a
bits.
little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. Yes.
Lovely.
Chanel moment. So, let's see. What is Lola's number 6? Number 6.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Number 6. Okay, this black dress is from Rear Window. And I already said everything she wears in Rear Window is beautiful. And this one is just so classic looking. I like the sheer part. I like the collar. I want this dress. I feel like this is something that is timeless. You could wear this to the office now. And yeah, and I love it how she paired it with those pearls. And she's just lounging there, smoking a cigarette, which isn't cool, Grace, but that's okay. You're forgiven. Because she just looks like she's in fact, she does. In that movie, she comes and kind of flops in quite a bit because her Beau is, of course, in a wheelchair and can't really do anything. So we see her just coming into his apartment constantly in amazing looks. I think she's a fashion designer in the movie, or she's her family is in
She's
fashion.
I believe she's a socialite who never wears the same dress twice.
Oh, is that it? Oh,
Mhm.
because I thought yes, maybe that's it. Because I remember her talking about, oh, this is the new look or something.
Yeah.
I need to watch that movie again. I usually watch it around Halloween, so it'll be on my next Halloween.
I believe Duke is providing a quote from past Lola when watching this movie.
Probably. I probably
On the nose, past Lola. Sultry AF.
Yes. Very much so.
And like Jennifer says, like, this dress is one of those, like, if you were just passing by, you'd be like, oh, that's really pretty. But looking at it, there is like a tone on tone texture to the bodice that is so striking. And I don't know if the little coat is actually separate, because that sheer, it's actually like twisted in the middle. So it has that really like wide, like, I don't know, I think it's even like maybe a V-neck or maybe a yoke neck or something, but it's really wide. So it's just, the more you look at it, because this one didn't make my list actually, but when you sent it and as I was putting everything in, I started noticing all those little details. And I even think the lapel looks like it could be like maybe like a really short pile velvet or something, because there is a texture difference in that collar, and it's just
yeah, definitely. And here's the thing about black dresses. I don't buy a lot of black anymore, because they, especially if you're just buying a plain black dress, it just kind of fade into the background. The little black dress is sometimes nice, but sometimes it just fades away. This, because of that texture and because of the kind of the layered look of it, it just, to me, it looks very complicated or complex in the way it's put together. So it's got a lot going for it. And I do love her sass in the movie. She is sassy. Oh my gosh, she attacks a murderer. She breaks into his house. Spoiler.
She's like, well, I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
I'd marry her too. All right. So my number 6 is
Oh yeah.
So you know how, Lola, you said that you've got a ton of stuff from Rear Window in your list? I have a ton of stuff from High Society.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I love this movie so much. This is her last film. I know I said the documentary, but this is like her last film that she makes before she retires.
No, just 26.
The ripe old age of 26. It's just crazy to think that she became a princess so young. I mean, I know Diana super young too, but you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm getting older.
Well, because Meghan Markle, I think, was 39 when she got married. So yeah, I mean, you know,
Never too late to
Ladies,
become a princess.
I know.
And
This,
the costume designer for High Society was Helen Rose. She was known as the Queen of Chiffon, which you can definitely see throughout this movie. It is everywhere. And Helen Rose actually is the one who designs her wedding dress as well.
lovely. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I did see this one too, and it was one that I really enjoyed. The gold. I'm a fan of gold, everything gold. The gold,
Mhm.
probably is it an applique, you think, or
Um,
embroidery?
you know, I feel like an applique might be too heavy for it. It is
Yeah.
either printed on the fabric itself or
Oh, it looks
embroidered.
so raised, but you're right. It could just be a really good printing of it
Yeah,
where it
because
gets that.
it everything about this dress is just so light and airy.
Yeah,
But I
that
love
gathered
how,
waistline. Like the
yeah.
waist is so fitted, but there has gathering there and it's gorgeous.
Hmm. And I love how the color, like it could just be so one note because it's really kind of hard to tell in older films what the real color is. But it looks like a very pale gray, but it's almost given like a pinky feel by the chiffon that's underneath it. It's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. It's
Gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. Your number 5
Yeah.
is
Oh, yes. Grace in her pants.
oh, that Grace in her crazy pants.
In her crazy pants, her trousers. I had a hard time picking them because there were a couple really good ones. She just looks classy and in everything, in jeans and little like penny loafers. But you caught her in a lot of pictures in like a trouser or a pant, like kind of a full leg pant with a button down shirt. And then a lot of times she would have some cute earrings. She would have her scarf. Sometimes she'd tuck it in a pocket.
Yeah.
Or I saw one where she tied it around her waist, kind of like in the belt loops.
Mm-hmm.
And so she put a lot of, instead of just wearing, a pair of pants and a shirt, she put a lot of thought into what she looked like. And these are just, some of these are obviously photo shoots, and some of the pictures of her in pants are her just being herself, and she still looks great. So she was dressing herself and still looked fabulous. Good job, Grace.
Yeah. And her kids always said she really loved like being casual.
Yeah.
And it's like even your like her casual like this to me is like what I think of like with her casual, and then when I think of my casual when I'm just laying around the house and don't have to go anywhere for the day, and I'm like, I definitely don't look like Grace Kelly right now.
I mean, look at her in the black shirt. This you could wear to church.
Mm-hmm.
You could wear to a boardroom. Like you could wear this look out and about in, business professional dress. So, yeah, she does a really great job of just looking effortlessly comfortable. But yeah.
And I think this is a good note to all of us right now that we need to all grab some penny loafers.
Yes.
Because she wears them quite often and it just looks so good. Those penny loafers, those ballet flats. I know Audrey did that a lot as well. And it just really does do something for the whole look, especially when you show just that little bit of ankle when you're wearing a flat. It kind of elongates that, because usually you want to wear a heel so your legs look a little bit longer. But if you show, like, especially with capris and that, when you wear that flat and you have that little bit of leg showing, it really does give you shape and elongates the leg a little bit more than.
Good fashion advice. And I like the idea of bringing back the penny loafer. I wore them in like 5th grade. Everyone wore them. And I don't have them anymore, so I need to get a pair.
Go get a pair. We gotta put pennies in them. Even though I hate pennies and I think they should get rid of them, but that's a whole nother live stream. All right. I do not have a number 5 because my number 5 is your number 4, which we're going to see
Ooh.
right now.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. She's in her green. And this is the dress she wore when she won the Oscar in 1955 for Country Girl.
Yeah.
And this dress is stunning. The way it drapes across the front, the dart that goes like, instead of just being at the bust, it looks like it goes all the way down to the waistline. I love the double strap. And the train behind it, I really want to see more of that train, actually. I wish I could see her in person so I could really see what it looks like. And I love the color. It's just that kind of seafoamy green, maybe. And it very much complements her skin tone, the red lipstick, and her hair.
It is sheer perfection. And I know back when we last year, Jael and Heather and I did a live stream on 50s Oscar looks on Twitch, so it's not there anymore. Just another one of the reasons why this is back on YouTube. But this did make our list of top Oscar moments, and I believe it was really high on the list. I think it might have been Jael's number 1. But again, I believe this is Edith Head again. And like you said, like that dart down the front, it's almost like a modified princess seam, but it angles all the way to the back. So I'm like, I don't even know how that would look on like if you're not Grace Kelly, I don't know. But it to get that drape, a lot of it looks like there's some bias cutting going on to give that satin, or it's satin or silk, probably a satin, to give it that drape and that body and that looseness. And it just, as I was going through this, and I'm like, because Edith Head did a lot of Hitchcock's films, and I'm going through it and I'm like, how does one designer not get stuck in the same look? Like most designers become known for, Pucci for his prints and Dior for, the Dior look and all that. Like, how do you not just stay on one track? And Edith Head in her career was just, maybe it was because it was for film a lot, but just all over the place. I mean, we saw her working with chiffons as well. And now like this beautiful draping moment in this gown, it's just,
Yes. It is gorgeous. And now I want to do like a retrospective and look over all of her work and just see, because I mean, to me, it feels like she's a true artist who obviously just does an amazing job of dressing people. So
yeah, well, maybe one of these days, maybe we'll have to all come back and do a Edith Head live stream. I love it. All right, so my number 4 is actually a Dior. Again, I kind of categorized this a little bit, so I kind of cheated it a bit, but it's just really hard to find what really was the look for me. Was that center look. It was the I think it's a plate hat. Yes, plate hat with that very well-known Dior suit look that they were just so iconic for. And I just loved it so much because that center picture especially is everything to me about Grace Kelly, because you have the hair slicked back. Like every time I put on a hat and let the hat be the moment instead of my hair, and I take my hair away, I always feel like I'm channeling Grace Kelly. It never works out. That
your Grace Kelly moment.
I look in the mirror. I'm like, I'm not Grace Kelly.
I love it.
But again, you've got that scarf moment. And then the one that is closest to me and Lola is actually when she was like the prior night packing to go to France. I'm like, seriously, you're wearing...
How do you know this? How do you know that?
The internet told me, and the internet never lies.
The interwebs knows all.
They do. They know everything.
So this is her like her night before leaving to go off to be a princess and revoke her U.S. citizenship and become the Princess of Monaco. Oh my gosh.
You know what?
She probably has dual citizenship.
She kept her dual citizenship.
I'm not surprised. I mean, maybe they were more relaxed. Didn't
a little bit. I mean, it's Monaco, right? They're like,
yeah,
why wouldn't you want to live here in Monaco?
Yeah, it is the power suit. Yes, totally.
Yeah.
I love these little suits. My gosh, I try to find them. And I have like one that's gorgeous. It's this beautiful blue. It has fur actually around the collar. The jacket fits perfectly. I will never fit the skirt.
Well, let me ask you this. I think I love these looks, and I think they're super flattering on pretty much any body shape.
Yes.
Where do you wear them?
Well, okay, so I don't know where everybody else works, but I work at a bank, and right now I'm working from home, obviously. Back in the day, I don't really see people because I'm actually in a support role. I'm an administrative assistant, and I would have wear some of my vintage stuff to work. And so again, keeping in mind laundering them and cleaning them, I tried to be really careful because I didn't want to wear them out, every day. But I would wear this kind of stuff there. And some of it's really hot, so you have to kind of layer underneath some stuff that's easier to wear throughout the day. And I wore a nice long, big heels sometimes. So I think there is a place to wear it. Like my jacket, I haven't wore it yet because you're right. Where am I going to wear something with fur? I'm in Oregon where we're sometimes a little bit politically correct, and maybe fur might not be appreciated.
Right.
So,
and I mean, I think everybody, and I know a lot of the folks in chat as well, feel like there's vintage fur and then there's modern fur.
That's how I feel.
Where they draw the line.
Yeah.
But I can see the hesitancy because it's like, what are you going to do? Walk out with a sign saying it's vintage?
I rescued. Put a little pin that says rescued.
Rescued. I
rescued it from the landfill, PETA. Thanks very much.
Yeah. I don't know if most people are going to know, it's vintage Lillian or something,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like the other option is to just toss those, and that would be really sad too. So I feel I can wear, but yeah, where do you wear that? For mine, I didn't get a chance to wear it to work before we closed down, but
this is what I think we need to do. And I think it needs to be a whole short series or something.
Okay.
Get the hat, get the glasses, the scarf, the suit. You go into the bakery, click clack up to the counter, just slide the sunglasses down and go, 1 eclair, please. And then just put the sunglasses up. Don't say a word. Give them the money. And then click, clack out. And they're going to wonder, who was that woman? Did she just murder somebody?
Yeah. Yeah. They'll be like, was that Grace Kelly?
Exactly what they're going to say.
I love how she has the gloves on also, because when you're going to the bakery, you're going to need to make sure you have your gloves on to pick up your eclair. So
that's true.
Yes, find a good tailor or learn to sew. 100%. I have a good tailor, but I can sew a little. So
if you want to learn how to sew, go ahead and subscribe to this channel.
I know you're in the right place if you want to know how to sew. I can sew straight lines.
That is a start.
Yeah,
because a straight line is just a curve unbent.
It's true.
You can sew a straight line, you can sew a curve.
There you go. That's our quote for tonight. A straight line is just a curve unbent.
Okay. So so your number 4. Or no, your number 3.
We're counting down, guys.
Not my thing. Words or numbers. Either of them. It's hard.
I could not put it in because it's just so everything. I mean, whenever you think of, or whenever I think of Grace Kelly, I think of her in this dress, which I think also this dress kind of set the tone for so many other royals dresses that happened from the mid-century forward.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Kate Middleton's gown was very much inspired by Grace Kelly.
Yeah, very similar. The little tiny buttons up to the beautiful little lace collar, the sash around the center, like the wide. I don't know what that's called. The wide. What would that be called? Whatever's around her torso. I'm a yoga instructor. I know more about the body.
Cummerbund, and that's not right.
The what? Oh, cummerbund. I know.
Yeah.
It does look a little like a cummerbund, but way better than a cummerbund.
I think it's a cinch waist. Is it a cinch? No, I don't know. I'm still learning my terms.
That's okay. You know more than me. So, but no, the detailing, and we talked about kind of layering of textures earlier. Mm-hmm. Same thing with this, just the lace on the veil, the more satiny look for the skirt and the train. Gorgeous. I love it.
Absolutely. And again, I'm a big fan. I love Edith Head, but I feel like so many people know who she is, but a lot of people don't think of Helen Rose. So absolutely. It just, it's all in the details, just stunning. I almost feel like I have to defend myself. I didn't put it on my list just because I was
okay.
Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. But you're right, Ashley. It is so beautiful.
Here's the thing. I had a hard time too because there were so many great looks. So yeah, we couldn't pick them all. It is so beautiful.
That's all beautiful. All right. Let me. This is my number 2. It is a wedding dress, technically. It's the wedding dress from High Society, and it is Helen Rose. So it's almost kind of like the same thing. But I think one of the reasons why I love so many of her looks is I love the sheer floatiness of gowns. I'm all in on the whole like frilly princess thing, and this just gives it in spades.
Oh yeah.
So you've got that like satin dress underneath with that sheer overlay with those embroidered flowers, and I just love the very sharp like neckline that it has, but then it contrasts with these really like billowy bishop sleeves that's going. It's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. And then if you look at the picture to the far right with her sitting down looking at the magazine, I don't understand how one person is so beautiful.
Like, I know. It's really not fair. It's really not fair. I agree. And so I like that it's kind of a creamy color on the two outside. So I wonder what, not through the lens of a camera, if how creamy it would be. I like the creamy color though. I like the hats, the way that it's just like this little, I have a hat almost like that, but it's got the chiffon on it also, and it's quite lovely. And then I agree just her sitting there looking at the camera, those big bell sleeves, like looking up at you, just beautiful and innocent looking.
Actually, well, if your wedding dress is anything like this, it's going to be stunning. Stunning.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought up about the color too, because it is like all 3 of these pictures. It's like one of them looks almost like a blue gray. One of them looks like kind of like a lavender white. And then, so I'm like, I have no idea what the color is, but all 3 of them look amazing.
They all look great. I mean, I would take that dress in any of those 3 colors.
All right, so moving on to Lola's number. Oh, we're not too far.
I'm so excited for this one because the last 2 are just, I want both of these dresses right now. So, or outfits.
So what will Lola be wearing? Da, da, da.
As soon as it's just amazing. So this is from To Catch a Thief. She has the black sleeveless high necked like jumpsuit. So those are actually pants underneath there. And then the little skirt that ties around, you can see the little tie in the front. The skirt is kind of sheer. I don't even know what that fabric would be, but it looks floaty, which is nice.
You know what's weird about it?
It looks like cheesecloth.
It almost looks like a really open weave linen.
Yeah, it really does. So maybe that's what it is.
It could be, or it be. I know, like silk slub has that kind of like scratchiness looking, but I don't think it's that open. But the only thing with it being linen, they must have put something in the hem so that it didn't just droop.
Yeah.
Because
Yes, because it does kind of have a very pronounced hem, which is nice.
Jennifer says it looks like gauze.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I'm okay with that because I kind of want to go try to recreate this. So I'm gonna go find me some gauze.
Some gauze.
Some gauze.
Some gauze.
The hat is lovely. It looks like she has a black, I think it's not part of the hat, or maybe it is part of the hat, but it's like a tie that comes around the back of her head. You can't see it in these pictures, but her shoes are gorgeous. They're these little kind of, I think, little wedge black sandals. And then the bag that she's bringing along, probably to the beach, she's going out to the countryside or something. Think of all the stuff you could put in that bag. I could put so much stuff in that bag.
So much stuff.
So this is definitely like, obviously it's my number 2. So I love it. Raw silk,
maybe.
Yeah. That could be
Jennifer's probably right. It is probably horsehair in the hem, which is no longer made of horsehair, but plastic. But
I'm like, how am I gonna? If I try to make this, how am I gonna do that? Go out and shear a horse.
Oh, it sneaks into somebody's barn.
They said I had to get some horsehair.
It's for fashion.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So,
it's absolutely gorgeous. And I love how I love that you're picking so many that like on the surface look so simple. But again, it's all about those simple touches because she's got gorgeous shoulders. So it cuts in just a little bit more on that shoulder. And Lola, you got great shoulders. So this would look amazing on you.
Thank you.
And that deep back as well.
Yes, I know that's what, because I've been kind of keeping an eye out for a jumpsuit like this, and I can't find any. So I love the back, the kind of backless look. But oh my gosh,
if you get the right material, you could easily make that as well.
Is it straight lines? Oh wait, straight lines that are rounded now.
Unbent straight lines. Maybe a couple, but
maybe Jennifer needs to lead a little tutorial.
Maybe. So we could twin at the pool party at Viva.
Yes.
Love it. Oh. Oh my God, Janet, you're cracking me up.
The sexy nun look.
Oh my gosh, it totally is.
Yeah, I can see it. Now I can't stop seeing it.
Yep, now I can't stop seeing it. But this also is a reminder, like, I need more like solid basics in my life and just find ways to like work it to give it that extra little oomph just on those basics alone.
Yeah. Earlier when I said, black can sometimes be boring. It's nice to see it like have some texture. I will say though, black and white always pops. Like, I don't know, but my eye is always drawn to black and white done well. Like that.
Done well. Yeah.
Done well. Yeah. I mean, could be awful, but if it's done well like this, just very classy.
It is either classy or it is French maid or waiter. So there's no in between.
Okay. You're right. So yeah, done well.
Done well. And I will say my number 2 is Lola's number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and let Lola take it away.
Thank you. Yes, take it away. So this one is from Rear Window. she comes in. This is the gown that she comes in, and she's talking about how I think it's like the newest style out or something. And she does a little twirl. You can see in that center photo, she comes out. She does this little twirl. It is like this gossamer skirt, and it just floats. It's beautiful. It's got, I think, embroidery. I don't think it has beading, but I'm having a hard time seeing it. But it's embroidery on the skirt. The just very classic look of the bodice, kind of like almost a deep V in the front, so you get just a tiny touch of cleavage, and then the deep V in the back. And she's got some gloves on. She's got a cute little clutch, but I love the drape. That's kind of my thing that I'm always on the lookout for, is a way to drape something gauzy over my shoulders. And of course it matches the skirt, so it's perfect.
Our look is coming together.
Oh yeah, it is. We're getting it together. But yes, this is the one. Like, every time I watch Rear Window, I just am like, oh, I love it so much.
I feel like this is just such a moment too, because a lot of that volume is just layers and layers of chiffon.
Yeah.
Because you can see it, like when she spins around, you can just see all those layers underneath it, which is really expensive to kind of replicate now.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you just see a couple layers with a crinoline underneath it to give it that oomph. But there's just something airy about the chiffon that you just don't get, or in a crinoline. It's just, I mean, it's just the iconic look for Audrey, for Grace.
Yeah.
It's the one you see a lot of people replicating, and yeah,
oh my gosh, so pretty.
So pretty. So what could possibly,
what is she? What did I think? One.
What did I think could possibly beat this? Well, none other than her last official Hollywood appearance, but her Oscar look.
Oh yeah. Okay, this was on my list too. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. Oh, yeah, especially with the big the big shrug over the shoulders.
So
beautiful.
Amazing.
So amazing. It's got a lot of texture. Oh, you talk about it. It's yours.
Oh, I mean, no, I love it. I'm over here like,
I mean, it's got so much like form to it. You know, it's not like this wimpy fabric. It has its own body and form to it, which I just love. So you talk about it now.
Yeah, again, no surprise, this is Helen Rose. I believe that I believe I don't know what I'm saying right now. I know this is Helen Rose again. So once again, the queen of chiffon, and this just celebrates it. And I did read on the internet as well, like the little coat was made to match the dress. And that obviously, I don't know if it's a taffeta, but it looks like it has a little more structure than say a silk or something like that. But again, like Lola said, that texture. And then they also said that there was some little yellow flowers placed in her hair as well for this look, which I absolutely adore. But again, it's about that floaty skirt. It's my thing. I can't help it. I love it so much. And you've got those embroidered flowers on it. But I have so many pictures of this because I feel like from every angle, this dress looks like perfection.
Oh,
and you've got that crossing of the chiffon on the chest, which again is showing off her beautiful shoulders. And then the colorized version I left in there because again, it's like it's very similar to the color of the high society gown as well, as it almost reads a little like silvery gray or something. It's just one of those I would have loved to see in person. And Ashley, that floatiness is that chiffon. I mean, you have the structure underneath it with something that is going to be a more solid fabric, but it is just so much chiffon in there. And I love the tiny buttons in the back. And I love this photo so much of her and Audrey backstage. it's just like two of my favorite people in the world looking like they really enjoy each other and are so happy for each other. I mean, it just makes me happy.
Yes.
And it's just perfection.
Yeah.
So you will have to let us know in the comments, whether you're watching now or later, did we get it wrong? Did we make it a
Yeah.
scandalous?
And did we miss something? I mean, if you have more access to great photos,
Yeah, let us
I want to
know.
see them. I want to see them.
Yeah, and in fact, if you've got those photos, go ahead and tag us on Instagram with your favorite Grace Kelly looks so we can see it.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We would love that. Because more pretty pictures, more pretty clothes, right?
Yeah, more inspiration. I love to look at these, every look that she had. I can get some inspiration about how I can bring that into a modern look. So, yeah, that's one of the fun things about doing this. So, thank you, Jennifer. This is a blast.
Yay. Well, thank you so much for coming out tonight, Lola.
Yeah. It's earlier for me than for you. So,
well, I'm a night owl, so it works. If you did it any earlier here, I would show up half dressed and, something stuck in my hair. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. You guys always make it just 1,000 times more fun for us when you come out and chat with us about fun fashion looks. Be sure to join next month for another guest and another icon as well that we'll be talking about. And once again, be sure and follow Bossa Nova Life, because what do you guys do over there on the YouTubes there, Lola?
On the YouTubes?
On the YouTube.
We like to create content for other people who love the atomic era, mid-century modern. So yes, that includes going antiquing. We do some antiquing videos, which my girl Jennifer knows all about. She's that's her thing. And then we go to classic car shows, we go to custom culture events, and vintage tiki. So you'll see some fun stuff if you come on over. We do also have some other like weird little things, like vintage food videos, retro recipe videos, and that kind of thing. And then we have some cool guests every now and then. And Miss Jennifer has even been on before, Miss Vintage Vanity herself.
We had a lot of opinions about pinups.
I know. Which
I meant to say at the top of the video, and now I could kick myself for not saying it. So if you guys haven't seen that, head on over. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and make sure you check the links in the description. And I think I accidentally put them in the Facebook comment thing session, social media, that you can find as well. So head on over. How do you spell? Okay. I'm not really sure what you're asking there, Jaden. Grace Kelly. So yeah. So head over, check out Bossa Nova Life. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I know I always make it awkward at the beginning and at the end because
never.
That's how we like it around here.
We like it awkward.
Yeah, you should, and it's even harder. You should see me trying to get off the phone with JL. Oh, Jaden. Okay, sorry. Sorry, Jaden. If you're looking for the designer in the last photo, which I believe that one, the designer for this is Helen Rose. And, that's okay. I get very confused trying to talk and read at the same time. And then if you're looking, we have Audrey Hepburn right there talking with Grace Kelly. So I hope that helps. Ooh, look at that. I made us real big, Lola.
We're so big. Look at us.
Big.
We're going big time.
We're going big and in your face. So subscribe, follow on all the social media things, leave us comments in the comment section below. We love hearing from you guys. And thank you, Lola, so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. You were amazing, and I look forward to seeing you in April in person.
So excited to see you in person. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and it was my pleasure being here.
Yay. All right, guys, have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Bye.